On a different subject, residents of blue cities across America likely began the new year with a simple wish, with the Democrats charged with keeping them safe. That this year would be the year they finally get serious about addressing violent crime. Unfortunately, if our nation's capital is any indication, 2024 is already off to a bleak start. Just 3 days into the year, the city has recorded 53 car thefts. One weekend, there have been at least 125 carjackings and 44 robberies. And one of the year's first homicide cases involved a body found in a trash can within sight of the Capitol building. Unsurprisingly, violent crime in the new year is already following familiar patterns. To the surprise of absolutely no one involved, the perpetrator of a drugstore robbery last week was the same man who had attempted to rob a single establishment six times last year. A six-time offender was still on the streets to try again. Washington's radical local government has lost the plot. The city's leaders aren't just failing to get rampant crisis under control, they're actively making matters worse. Less than 4 years ago, in a fit of woke righteousness, the city cut police funding by $15 million. 2 years ago, prosecutors decided to prosecute 2/3 of the criminals brought in. And if catch and release wasn't enough, MPD officers are still subject to bizarre do not pursue orders that prevent them from doing their jobs. No wonder the department is suffering a recruiting crisis, and on the exact time that law enforcement is needed the most. So I'm sorry to say that the list of local disgraces doesn't end there. Late last year, the city's mayor announced a program to fight the epidemic of carjackings in Washington by distributing free tracking devices for residents' valuables. Apparently, even if you can't expect the police to hunt them down, at least residents of our nation's capital can watch them as they escape. The American people deserve to walk the streets of their capital city without fear. They deserve leaders who care more about safety than about keeping up with the far left's new soft on crime orthodoxies.